Right. The next part one question, again, has come up recently, and it's voice. Right, your voice. So the common questions related to this are, how would you describe your voice? Did you have the same voice as a child? Do you like your voice? Do you ever record your voice? Right, some interesting questions, right? So let's begin. I'm going to choose one of those. Again, I want you to answer. How would you describe your voice? Okay, good. Now, out of the blue or suddenly, that's a really hard question, right? I mean, how do you describe a voice? Well, let me give you some ideas. I'm going to give you a template answer, and I'm going to use the template I guess, mind you, which is similar to I think, but I guess, mind you. Okay, so let's go, and then I'll look at some of the language after. How would you describe your voice? That's a tough question. I guess I would describe it as quite low pitch and slightly husky. Some people say I have a bit of a radio voice. You know, they say it's quite clear. Mind you, I think I'm quite soft spoken, so maybe it's not the best voice for the radio. Right, okay. So here, some interesting language. When we talk about voice, we can talk, maybe you have a high pitch voice or a low pitch voice. I think I have quite a low pitch voice. Women will probably have a higher pitch voice. I have a high pitch voice. Your voice can be smooth, if you think it's very smooth, a little bit husky. I said my voice is a bit husky. Husky means a little bit rough. A bit, where people, when people have that kind of husky voice. People who smoke a lot often have a husky voice. Rough or hoarse, yeah, like the animal, but it also means a bit of a rough voice. I'm feeling a bit hoarse today, means my voice is a bit husky. So my voice is not very husky, but slightly husky, I think, my opinion. I'm also quite soft-spoken. So some people have a loud voice. Some people are quite soft-spoken. I'm quite soft-spoken, I think. So there is some language or some words to describe your voice. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, so here, do you ever record your voice? Okay, give me your answer. Good, well done, great. So, this one, do you ever record your voice? Well, not easy, okay? So, I'm using one of my templates here, yes, because it's a yes-no question. Yes, because. Very simple. Can you spot how I say yes and how I say because? And this one's quite tricky, so listen carefully, okay? Right. Do you ever record your voice? It's funny you should ask that because actually I just started recording my voice recently. So my Chinese teacher recommended it as a way to improve my speaking skills. So I record some phrases with a mobile phone app, and then I compare my pronunciation with that of a native speaker recording. Okay, so how did I say yes and how did I say because? Well, I actually began with, in fact, I didn't really say yes, right? I said, it's funny you should ask that because I actually just started recording my voice. So I didn't say yes, but I used this expression, it's funny you should ask that, which is used when something is a coincidence. So somebody starts talking or asking a question that you've just recently answered or thought about or done. So somebody says, well, I was in Manchester the other day. Oh, it's funny you should say that. So was I. What a coincidence. So that idea of coincidence, we say, it's funny you should say that, or it's funny you should ask, because somebody asked me the other day. That kind of coincidence idea. Okay, it's funny you should ask. And then what's next? In order to say because, well, I did use because, but that was part of the yes answer. It's funny you should ask that because actually I started recording my voice. I didn't actually use because later on to explain why. I just said my Chinese teacher recommended it. I could say because my Chinese teacher recommended it. But you don't have to. You can just give your answer, and the answer kind of has the because in it. It's the reason. Okay, so sometimes you don't have to explicitly say because, you can just say, okay, yes, I record my voice. My Chinese teacher recommended it. It has the idea of because or the reason. Okay, so the only note on language here is the word to record. So to record is a verb. The noun is a recording, to make a recording. So I record my voice, I make a recording of my voice. And there is an adjective, recordable. So you could say you have a very recordable voice, which means it's good for recording. It's a nice voice, like maybe the radio voice. Yeah, you have a really recordable voice. It's easy to record, or it's good. It's good to record. So to record, a recording, recordable. Brilliant. That's the language. How good is this? That's it now for the voice. We'll move on to another topic in the next video.